Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday night. Welcome back to the Island of Relevancy, known as the Final Whistle. Before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, get the live chat fired up. You're the best part of our show. If you can't be in a live chat, get in the comment section down below. Show us some love. As always, we're brought to you by Workspace Solutions. They keep the lights on for us. Hey, if your business needs a digital presence in any shape or form, check out Workspace Solutions or Workspace Pros there on the interwebs. Great pricing to get your business needs met. We got the crew back after a week hiatus. The man, the
What's
myth,
up?
the legend, the Honorable Senator Coach Smook Hines.
Speak to me nicely, please, because I'm here. Hey, y'all. 4th of July was a good weekend. I got to go home. I got to smell some Alabama air, y'all. I forgot to tell y'all that we did make it back home. We was able to celebrate my aunt's life, but now it was also my family's church anniversary weekend. So it was a good weekend, but I was around some Bama fans, and it felt good to smell that, that musty right? Bama air. Oh, my God. I missed it, but I had to come on back to Virginia so we get back on the show, baby. So I'm ready for tonight. Let's get it.
All right. Like the enthusiasm already. Next to him, the big brother to Dan, the punt blocker extraordinaire, one of the fastest men to ever come out of the state of Georgia, the Chris James.
Show me love, baby. Show me love. Show me love. What's happening, people? Hey, fresh off this vacation to Jacksonville. Hey, I'm feeling good, baby. Jacksonville Beach, was on the beach, enjoyed my time. Man, and now we're back. We started back our OTAs. What's the day? Tuesday? Yesterday. We started our OTAs yesterday. We kick off our high school season in 24 days. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited, baby. Let's
season is in the air.
Awesomeness is in the air, man.
And then the James that we should all pay attention to.
That's right.
The elder, the star, the legend, the man who's always on top of all the recruiting boards, and usually his predictions are right. Final Whistle Dan, what's up, brother?
What's up, Bama Nation? Roll Tide, man. Everything is always good here in South Georgia.
Hot behind South Georgia.
Yeah. And folks, let me talk to you. We're all here to see Alabama. And I am Justin Riley with this magnificent crew, the best crew when it comes to Alabama content on the internet, and the great provider of information for people like Clint Lamb. Folks, let's go ahead and jump right into it. I know y'all missed us. I missed us. I kind of felt withdrawals all last week. Didn't feel right. My whole internal clock was off, but we had things happening. July is heating up. And one of the areas that is heating up the most right now is Alabama recruiting. Each of us has some guys that we want to talk about, and we're pretty excited about. I'm going to start things out with Chris James. Then we'll move to Final Whistle Dan. I'll give my take. And Coach Smook has a great way to close this whole segment out before we start getting into some serious debates. Chris, lead us off, brother.
Well, what's up, people? What's up? Well, the other day, a couple of days ago, we got a big time commitment from a kid out of Modern Day High School, a 6'1", 6'2", 180-pound corner, Xavier Brown. Personally, I think that he's a top 3 corner in the country because of how complete he is of a player. He's not just a cover guy; he's very physical at the line of scrimmage. He's a willing tackler. That's a pretty good tackler in open field. He's long. He's rangy. The thing that stands out to me is how calm he is when the ball's in the air. What I mean by that, you have a lot of DBs, the ball's in the air, and it's like, and they don't make. He doesn't panic. Whether he's out of phase, whether he's in phase, he's going to make a play on the ball, and he has good hands, so he's going to pick off a lot of them. So I think that early in his college career, team is going to shy away from him. He's going to be somebody that's going to force you to throw it to the other side of the field to stay away from him, because man, his upside, he's a future NFL guy, early round draft pick. But we should be excited about it because like some services have rated as a top top 7, top 5 to 7 corner.
Yeah,
And some but he's a consensus top 100 player. But it's a few ranking sites they have to reevaluate him, and he's going to jump up those boards now. And I fully expect him to end up probably a top 40, 45 overall ranked player in this class, which is huge.
Yeah,
because this is a deep year for talent. Yes. Very deep year, and I think that this kid right here, man, because he's well coached. He's originally from Texas, isn't he, Dan, and moved to California?
Yeah,
and moved to California, and just to tell you, he's a multi-year starter on modern day, probably the best high school program in the country right now.
Yeah.
One at least top 1 to 2 to 3 programs in the country. For him to be a multi-year starter, they ought to tell you a lot. And that's also the high school that's produced the best quarterback to ever come through Alabama, Bryce Young. So I think that he's going to be a kid that comes in and plays early. Despite what we have on campus, he's going to be a guy that's going to come in and compete very early in his career. Kid is good, man. He's very good.
It's not just Minor Day that produces these high quality athletes. It's that league in general. Right. I mean, this is basically NFL light. They are preparing these kids already. They're just on loan to the next college, to the NFL, to these colleges, from the NFL, and they'll make the easiest transitions for us. I like this kid. This kid has a great football IQ. He's also very physical, and he's not afraid to mix things up, not afraid to lay a hat. He's only 180 pounds, but don't tell him he's that. He plays like he's 250. And when he gets on canvas with Miss Amy, he's going to add some of that muscle that's going to go to what he's already bringing on the field. And, man, the way he breaks on a ball, he reminds me a little bit about Marlon Humphrey.
Yeah. He's I like him kind of. I even go further and say PS2 in a sense, because Patrick Surtain Jr. in a sense because of his size. Because you got to keep in mind the kid's only going to his senior year in high school. So by the time he gets to campus, by the time August of 2024 hits, when he plays, he'll be around 195. He'll be a big 6'2", 195, which is huge, as for a corner. On any level, he's bigger than some NFL corners. I mean, when by the time he comes in, he'll be bigger than some NFL corners. So and the kid can run, man, and he's very, very technical. Plays with a low pad level, and he's well coached. You can kudos to whoever that defensive back coach at Modern Day is, because he definitely carved him into a very good one that's going to be college ready early.
So, quick comment on him. I've been able to see him in live action watching the OT7 camps. A lot of the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star prospect skill players, they go and they get this new 7-on-7 passing league, OT7 passing league, and it's legit, man. You see a lot of the skill, and these guys that are physical, that get out there and they perform on that, light contact league, not being able to jam at the line for real, And this guy, he's a shutdown corner in that league, man. Like, he played for one of the top OT7 teams, one of the top 7-on-7 teams in the nation. They had went like 3 years in a row before they had lost their first game. And so it's not like he's just doing this in California. He's doing it against the top talent every year, in the offseason, where he's just continuing to zone in and hone those skills. So I think it's a great pickup, man.
Yeah, definitely a steal, because he's in USC's backyard. I mean, he's like right down the street from USC,
right?
Not too far. He thought they had him. He even took a visit to Ohio State, but they didn't factor in. But a lot of people, like, this is where people get it confused. They just automatically look at rankings and automatically think that's how good a kid is. For example, that Jefferson kid, that receiver out of Tennessee, Dan, that Jefferson kid,
Mari Jefferson.
Oh my God, man! Like, the kid is so very underrated, man. So very underrated. But he's gonna, by the time the season ends and when they do those final rankings, he'll be a kid that'll be firmly squarely in the top 100. Probably He's gonna make a huge jump. Because, and that's how it is with Xavier Brown, man. I think he's a top 3 corner in this class, regardless of. And some people even have him as the top corner on their board in this class, and not just because he's a Bama lean. I mean, that was before all of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
one thing
remind-
that stands out to me about him is his fluidity. He's very polished. And a side note, when Damani Jackson got hurt last year for Mater Dei, missed this, most of the season, Saban Brown was the one that filled in. So this will be his second year starting. So he has game experience, playing in the league. And that's going to be huge. They're going to be very beneficial to him.
And just a reminder, any proceeds gained from Super Chats tonight is going to go to the Chris James Get a New Battery for His Smoke Alarm Fund.
That ain't mine, man. That's not mine.
No, sir, that is yours because I actually tested it last show and I muted each person's screen until I found out whose it was. Don't
I
lie,
took the
guys.
batteries
Got
out.
him.
Dude.
Busted.
I'm a big,
Where my
I'm a
flag
busy
at?
man.
Where my flag at?
Wow, Coach Moon looks for
That's
a
what happens
flag.
when you got them $2,000 earphones on. You can hear everything.
That's right. Just all right. Final whistle, Dan. You got somebody you want to talk about? Who you
Man,
got,
yeah.
brother.
Yeah, this guy here, man, it's hard to get excited about a 2026 guy because we still got 3 years before he gets on campus. But this guy, the commitment we picked up Sunday, Zyke Helton, 6'2", 305-pound offensive lineman from a loaded Carrollton team in Georgia. It's not much film on him, y'all, but Bama fans, man, let me tell you, man, you click on his link on the sites, man, and you watch his 40-second highlight tape. None of it is playing center. Man, when I tell you, very impressive. It's all playing nose guard or tackle, defense tackle. I'm talking about, man, the guy is a beast. And the thing I like about him, he came to Bama's camp and he was one of the best, if not the best, lineman in camp, regardless of class. The guy was that impressive. So it's just going to be a fight to the end because Georgia's not going away. But man, that's a huge pickup. If we want to use that to refer to a 2026 guy, but a very huge pickup and huge upside. And he's projected to play interior center for Alabama, and he's snapping to another huge Alabama target, Julian Lewis, a classmate of his, 2026, who's probably going to be the top quarterback in that 2026 class.
Yeah.
Ain't no problem. He better be. If he's not,
Yes.
he's like I wonder how that's going to work out with Saban being on campus, though, man. That's going to be because I'm telling you, saying it.
Well,
we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk
It's
about
2
it.
years behind, though.
you got to understand. You got to understand that. That 2 years. This is a 2 year gap right there.
Yeah.
And not only that is the fact that at one time we had Jalen, Tua, and Mac on campus at the same time, so it can work. All you need is 1 year at Bama to be a starter.
You need a strong junior year, a strong third year on campus, and that's it.
Strong third year, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Dan, answer that question.
Yeah, real quick before I get to my segment, my discussion, Dan, what are our chances with Jefferson? It comes from Ryan Dillard.
Okay, I think it's a Bama UT battle. It changed within the last week or so, but we're apparently getting a visit on the last weekend of July, which is going to be huge. So I think it's going to come down to the final visit. He's visiting Tennessee on the 28th. Then he's coming to us on the 29th. So with that being said, I like our chance. I really like our chance with him. And he's already a University of Tennessee baseball commit.
Right.
So, they have that going for him. But they're going to try to get him to cancel his visit. That's going to be his, the purpose of that 28th visit. If he visits us on the 29th, I really like our chance.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I like the way that sounds. And any opportunity to steal one from the Vols is much appreciated here.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah, I hate orange.
So, guys, one of the things that we have had a gripe about this past couple of seasons at middle linebacker was the lack of physicality, the lack of, how do I say it, balls. And things are about to change in this recruiting class, and that's 6'3" Justin Okoronkwo forgive me if I mispronounced it. I am from Mississippi.
Sound good to me.
But this guy is as physical as they come. He's not going to be waiting for contact. He's looking for contact.
Right.
And he's not going to wait for you to make a tackle. He's going to make the tackle. He might give you a few seconds to do what you got to do, but if you're not going to do it, he's cleaning up shop. I look at him. He's not a one-trick pony. He's not just a hitter. He's not just a thumper. Can he do that? Oh, yeah, he can definitely do those things. Based on the film I'm watching, he is a 3-down linebacker. He can drop into coverage too. He runs a legit 4.49, 4.5. That's pretty damn good. Sidelines to sideline guy. I look at him. I know it might be a high praise, but I see a little bit of C.J. Mosley in him. I also see a little bit of Marvin Constant in him, just because of that tenacity, that passion in what he does. A tremendous athlete. Here's a little fun fact: former gymnast, so he can do a lot of everything. Really excited. I recommend finding that film on him when he gets here. I know he's not rated too high. I think that's mainly because he's playing overseas, but he's a guy that a lot of experts feel like is going to make an immediate impact and will not be on the sidelines very long. Pretty excited about this guy. Thoughts on him, guys, before we move to Coach Smook?
The type of energy I get around him, and you got to think about like when we got Jesse Williams.
Ooh, yeah.
You remember the type of impact Jesse Williams just came out of nowhere and made? He was like nobody was talking about him. And then you started watching Bama, was it 2012, 2013, Jesse Williams?
11 and 12.
Okay.
Let me interject. Dan was talking about him.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know, mainstream media, like this guy's not. How's he a 3-star, man? You watch that kid film, you put him on any 7A, 6A team, Georgia, Alabama. You get what I'm saying? You put him in anyone, he's starting. He's starting.
Yeah, two reasons, because it wasn't much film on him. The film just popped up. The coach put together a highlight tape this week. And another thing, he playing overseas, and the question is his level of competition.
Right.
But he's standing out. He dominating, which he's supposed to do. That level of competition.
Playing safety.
Yeah, playing safety, returning kicks, doing it all for his team.
6'3",
running back.
6'3", 200. You come in
220.
Yeah, he's 220 now, up to 220.
That's what I'm saying. You basically we recruiting a Vinny Sinceri. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he wasn't that tall, but you know what I'm saying? Like the way that dude is run, you watch that film, man. He reckless.
Reckless, man.
Yeah.
And if you look at him, he don't return punts and kicks like a linebacker. That dude's got some cutbacks that are insane.
That's the gymnastics.
Yeah.
Hey, he does return like DeMoy Kennedy, where he looks like a linebacker trying to play running back.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah, but like Chris was a gymnast too in high school. He used to do the little ribbon thing.
Doing the church anniversary, do the ribbon hands. Damn, you're there singing. But I be ribbon dancing.
Take me to
y'all remember
king.
Will Ferrell in old school?
You will, yeah. Oh man, this was the best show out there. I'll stand on that hill forever.
He is crazy athletic to be.
Yes,
where
he
he's
is.
at. And I mean to stand out, like you guys said, it has to be something behind it to get him. Let's see how long it takes him to develop. I don't think he's an immediate impact on like main defensive schemes, but you talking about somebody like that, special teams. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where you get him. And you show him like, hey, yeah, you're going to be used. We need you to get this playbook. We need you to get in his weight room. We need you to get the technical stuff down, get the technique. Like and if he has the mental to get in and adapt like that, I like his chances to get out there in his sophomore year.
You're not paying attention, Ryan.
He looked like he about to fall asleep over there.
It happened.
No, I'm good. Libby Doom.
Right. Coach Smook,
Simmons was at Clemson.
We are turning it over to you.
Yeah.
To complete this segment. What you got, man?
Man,
Please don't hold back either.
I'm not, man. Just the three guys that you guys mentioned, I mean, all big commits, all huge commits, and literally nobody was hearing anything about Bama recruiting for the past 3 weeks a month. Everybody's panicking, your message board warriors panicking for no reason. But what I am noticing this year, and I see our fan base is growing, that come to the Bama standard and watches our show. What's happening?
Go ahead, finish. I'm gonna tell you after your thought.
Okay, but I see that the fan base, the mood of the fan base is starting to shift. I believe Coach Saban strategically is making moves because he knows things are coming to a point. I believe Coach Saban knows he has a strong 5, maybe 6 strong years left of effective coaching, effective mentoring, affecting the way college football is being played. Because that's what, Coach, everything that's happening in college football right now, from recruiting to gameplay, style of recruiting, how people are trying to build their stats for championship. Coach Saban is the reason for this whole change. Kirby Smart literally took the blueprint and just carried it to another university and recycled, re-rinsed, and added maybe a little bit more swag to it, a little bit more energy, because when Coach Saban came on the scene, everybody was saying the same, young coach, he's ready, got the energy, this, that, and the third. We 15, 16 years down the road, and he's still dominated. That's going to be hard to replace that. So when you talk about recruiting and we're able to go and get key guys that can really be pivot points for your recruiting class, I look at these 3 guys that we're getting verbal commitments from, even though the 26 guy, that's 26, that's a testament to what Alabama is still doing. And the fan base just got to continue to trust the process, man. The process hasn't failed us yet. I don't think an 11-2 season is a failed process. You get what I'm saying? When we start getting back to 4 or 5 lost seasons, that's when I could understand the panic. I could see a little bit of shakiness, but we're still at the top in every aspect of the college football scene, in every aspect. And as long as we continue to trust it, it's everything going to work out, man. It's going to unfold on the field. We got a staff this year that I believe has been our best staff we had probably since 2015, 2016. So it's going to feel new to us, and we're going to appreciate it. We're going to see how good it feels to have a solid organization again.
Yeah, and let me just point out something. Like, this recruiting happens like this every year, but what people have to realize is last year, this past 23 class, the class is freshmen. They're a freshman now on campus. That's one of the greatest recruiting classes of all time. Those kids right there, that group right there. And next year, the 25 class may be even better, especially in-state. Like, it has a chance to be like, we have a chance to get the number 1 corner, number 2 corner. Like, it's going to be stupid crazy. The number 1 receiver, number 2. It's going to be like one of the craziest classes ever, the 25 class. So this year, they can afford to be selective. We're not going to sign 26, 27, 28 kids. It's going to be, I can see a smaller class, Dan. I can see probably 22, 23, maybe. But it's going to be the kids that we want. So it's not a rush. So don't panic. They're actually evaluating who they want. So basically, it's going to be, we're going to take it slow with that.
Sorry about that, Chris. Apparently, our music department has not been paid well recently, so we have some technical difficulties. Hey, while we got this chance, the reason why we're not seeing Matt Caddell tonight, very good reason. He just had a baby. Well, his wife had a baby. So shout out to Matt.
He didn't have his baby yet. He still got
Matt
it.
Daddy.
He's still in his 3rd trimester, chat. Let this change.
Women's going to swim.
So now you can see him on OnlyFans, his new handle, Baby Daddy 11.
Baby.
So go ahead. And all proceeds will go towards getting formula.
Hey, Ida Pappy.
Ida Pappy 88.
Man. So yeah, congratulations to him. Let's move on to our next topic. And this might actually get us debating for quite some time. Recently, Fox Sports came up with a top 10 quarterbacks list of the SEC since 2000. Well, that's good and everything, but here's the problem. Some key Alabama quarterbacks were left off the list. And if you hadn't seen that, I'll go ahead and let you know how the list turned out. Starts out pretty good, no debates, but as we go on, a little far-fetched. So at number 1, we got Cam Newton. No argument there. 2, Joe Burrow. 3, Tim Tebow. 4, Johnny Manziel. Still looking good. 5, A.J. McCarron. Props to A.J. 6, Aaron Murray. This is where it kind of gets a little iffy, okay? Aaron Murray at number 6, ahead of number 7, Eli Manning. Explain that. Super Bowl champion quarterback, Eli Manning. All-American Eli Manning. Number 1 pick, Eli Manning. Number 8, Matthew Stafford, behind Aaron Murray. And here to round out the top 10, number 9, Dak Prescott. Number 10, Nick Fitzgerald.
Lord have mercy. Oh, let me tackle this first, please.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
First off, no Tua Tagovailoa, no Bryce Young, probably one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever come through the SEC. And then he won Heisman. How you leave off a Heisman Trophy winner?
Man.
And then, I mean, I can understand before Nick Fitzgerald, Dak Prescott, you're not going to have Jalen Hurts on there before them? Like, come on, man. It's still other quarterbacks that I can name. Where did they have Peyton Manning?
They had, Peyton Manning wasn't on the list because he's before 2000.
Oh, before 2000. Okay,
this is since 2000. So, yeah.
Oh, since 2000.
You're okay there.
Well, I mean, you got championship quarterbacks that I had before Nick Fitzgerald. I had one of those LSU guys. You're going to do that? Which Matt Flynn, Matt Mott, pick your Matt. It really doesn't matter. I mean, like, it's just after the first 4, it got kind of iffy after the first 5. But how do you not have Tua? Tua revolutionized the RPO. He took RPO to another level in college football.
Yeah.
Tua took it to another level. And Bryce Young, he just took offense to, like what he did at Georgia, the greatest defense of all time, supposedly. What he did in that 21 SEC championship with a makeshift offensive line and one hit in a running back that's 50%. What he did to them, those throws he made, like, come on, man. That's just disrespect.
So this was so bad, I did not even make it to Nick Fitzgerald. I'm saying, when you said his name, I actually had to pull it up. I didn't even get that far when I saw this list.
So you tell me that Jay Cutler is not better than Nick Fitzgerald.
Man.
And I get he played at Vandy, but Jay Cutler did some things.
Jay Cutler, yes.
But
dude, like
Nick Fitzgerald, man. That just
yeah. Matter of fact, since we're on the Nick Fitzgerald soapbox right now, let me read off his stats. 2016, 2,423 yards. Yeah, decent. 10 interceptions. 2017, 1,782 passing yards, 11 interceptions. Then 2018, 1,767 passing yards and 9 interceptions. I get it. He was a dynamic guy. He did some exciting things. He wasn't bad for Mississippi State, not the entire SEC. No disrespect for him. But you sit there, can you legitimately make a list and put him ahead of a Bryce Young, Mac Jones, Tua Tagovailoa?
Dude, I wouldn't even put him ahead of Bo Wallace.
That makes
not even Bo Wallace, but
what's the other one?
What's the name of
Chad Kelly.
I give Bo Nix more props than I would give. I would play Bo Nix before I play a Nick Fitzgerald.
Nick Marshall.
I would play Nick Marshall before I play Aaron Murray. Like Aaron Murray was so noodle. You know what I'm saying? Like that noodle arm, bro. That boy was a noodle.
Had some guys. What's the boy 4 year? What's the 4-year starter they had? He was pretty good. Oh, Dobbs, Josh Dobbs,
bro. Mettenberger.
Zach
Mettenberger was like, bro. And they said since
South
2000.
Carolina.
And I'm thinking since 2000. I'm like, man, who's been there since 2000? Because who was
Chris Leak.
Shaw. What's his name? Shaw from South Carolina.
Connor Shaw.
Shaw.
Then you got Chris Leak. I mean, there's a lot of people you could legitimately put ahead of.
Man, I would put
Aaron
Stetson
Murray.
Bennett on
Blake
this list.
Sims. If you're gonna put Blake Sims,
If you're gonna put a Georgia quarterback on there, put the one that won the national championship.
Yes.
didn't Blake
Two of them.
Who was that outperformed Dak in Tuscaloosa when they were number one in the country? Was that Blake or was that Coker when they came to Tuscaloosa? And
That was Blake. That was Blake
Yeah,
in 2014.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, and I'm not taking away from Dak. Dak did some great things. But
Yeah.
But
don't
you're not
put
better.
Nick Fitzgerald got me, man.
Shoot, Aaron Murray was good. Don't get it wrong. Don't get it twisted. But to be six, did they have Aaron Murray ahead of AJ McCarron or behind AJ McCarron?
They got him
AJ.
right behind AJ, but they got him ahead of Eli, and they got Aaron Murray. To me, if we're just talking about this list, not just replacing people on it, but just talking about this list, it's screwed up because Dak Prescott is better than
Aaron
Matt
Murray.
Stafford. No, Matt Stafford is better than Aaron Murray. Let's get that let's get that straight. If you're gonna put some Georgia quarterbacks on there, leave Matt Stafford. Move Aaron Murray. I put Jake Fromm before I put Aaron Murray. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a more efficient Aaron Murray and Jake Fromm. You get what I'm saying?
I think Aaron Murray. I think he's still the Georgia all-time passing yard
Because he started.
He played all 4 years, didn't he?
Yeah. So.
Hey, Rohan Davey.
Oh man, don't even mention that name because I was at that game when he played y'all, man.
Shut up, man.
Don't even
I'm still
mention his
pissed off
name.
about that
That's
game,
what they were
Chris.
doing. All they were doing, we at that time we used to run combo coverages, like one coverage on one side of the formation and another coverage on the other side of the formation. And all they were doing was taking Josh Reed, just dragging them across.
Mm-hmm.
Late, and he'll come across late.
They're running combo routes with Josh Reed.
Wide open. Then they'll take the top off with Michael Clayton. I was like, oh my God, man. I was like, are we gonna get out of this defense and just go man? Like, but that's another story of another day. But I mean, dude, there's so many quarterbacks. Like who Kentucky had? Oh, Jared Lorenzen, healthy lefty.
The Pillsbury throw boy.
He
Blue
said
Thunder. Blue Thunder.
Yeah, that's a crazy list though, man. Like they took the time to say
Somebody
top
said
10
Aaron Murray.
SEC quarterbacks. I didn't even pay attention to the list because I know anything that come with Fox College sports gonna be nonsense anyway. So, man, it's like crazy. That's a crazy list. You don't have Bryce, national championship. I mean, not national championship, Heisman winning, record setting quarterback. No offensive line. The year he won it, no offensive line, no running backs. One running back, one broke running back,
Can I say,
a linebacker and a wide receiver in the backfield with him. Like,
Yeah. Just
Can I
4
say one
Heisman
thing?
winners on the list.
can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
Well, if you're gonna put one season Joe on there, why can't you put one season Mac on there? Mac had the most efficient passing season in SEC history. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna put Joe Burrow on there, because he sucked his junior year, in his senior year he was great. But if you're gonna do 1 year wonders, you might as well put Mac Jones on there.
I mean,
Man.
Johnny Manziel was a 1 year wonder.
Well, he had 2 good years.
He had 2 good years.
two good
Two
years.
good years.
He had you right. Because the second year he just wasn't.
They
new.
didn't beat us.
He just wasn't new. You get what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
we had a year that first year he caught college football by surprise.
Yeah.
That's the way he played the game, man. That
He was
was
Johnny Money.
Hey, he gave us crap 2013 when we went there. Y'all remember the
Yeah.
crazy plays he was making in Aggieland?
Yeah.
Like somebody said they'll put Aaron Burr before they'll put Aaron Burr.
Wow.
But yeah, check them.
Shane Falco.
Yeah, Shane. Footsteps Falco. Yeah, check the math on here. I believe that Mac Jones had more yards passing in 1 year than Nick Fitzgerald had cumulative.
That's crazy.
And
Mac
that's
won a national championship. It wasn't the Heisman runner up.
He
finished third. He finished
Yeah,
third.
finished third,
Who finished behind Devontae that year?
and he won the Davy O'Brien and the Johnny Unitas.
Was it
Who finished second?
wasn't it the guy from Michigan?
Yeah, I think it was
No.
It wasn't Peppers.
No, it was
no, it was the guy from Michigan.
no, there
No, that was next year. Let me see.
No, that was the next year.
That's a trivia question, Matt. I mean,
it was
Don't tell nobody. Hey, chat, first person to
I
get
know who
it.
it is. I know who it was.
First
Y'all
person.
don't know.
Who was the runner-up to Devontae Smith?
Number overall draft pick.
Ben Edwards. I put John Parker Wilson ahead of Fitzgerald. Absolutely. But I think, you move Bryce Young all the way up to number 5.
Trevor Lawrence.
Yep.
You kick out Aaron Murray. You kick out Nick Fitzgerald. I think you put Eli Manning behind Bryce. Then you can put Stafford, then AJ, and Dak.
Man, dude, Eli was the best college quarterback I played against. Like, Rohan Davis was good, but Eli Manning, just how cerebral he was. Dude was money, man. He was like, I didn't see nothing like it in person. Eli was unreal.
But man, we actually, I never, before we started doing it, I never would have thought we'd be talking about Nick Fitzgerald on this show.
That's crazy. The fact that you had to go and look him up just to be reminded who he was, and he just recently was playing ball like
in the USFL, or XFL.
He's not better than the one they got now, Will Rogers.
Exactly.
All right, I'd like to keep on, but we'll be wasting a lot of valuable information time. The next topic, guys, we got to talk about it. When will Nick Saban retire? Because we definitely know he has more years behind him than he does ahead of him. And more importantly, who will be his successor? I'll let Coach Smook start out, and then we'll move to Chris James, then Dan. And we'll see just how long the GOAT has left at Alabama.
All right, here we go. If you have been watching me and my gaming streams on TikTok, YouTube, you will see how many more years. The game is giving us some clues, y'all. I'm telling y'all got to come and watch the series. But honestly, I feel like I said earlier, I feel like Saban has maybe a strong 5 years, man. We're coming up on this is 2023. I think 2026 will be the last class he gets to see off to the draft. Like, they'll be that when they become juniors, that'll be the last class he sends off, on like a strong note. And I think that'll be the class that has a lot of early exits. 2025 would have been that came through. 24 class would have been that came through and won the 2 national championships for him. Because that 24 class, either this year or next year, we're going to see probably a strong back-to-back push between those 2 classes. And after that, if Saban gets 2 of those back-to-back within the next 5 years, he won't push himself to another 7 or 8 years. I give him a strong 5 years and 1 year of a fair world type thing. And his successor, man, by that time I'll be 39. I won't be old enough for a head coaching job. So I honestly feel like there's going to be a Dabo move. I feel like I feel like it is. I feel like over the next 2 or 3 years, the landscape of college football is about to shift again, and he might find himself in a situation where the opportunity is just perfect. I see Clemson maybe on the downtrend in the next 2 or 3 years, so that could be one of the candidates for the job. And if we're talking about staying in house, Tommy Reese might have been the strategic hire to start mentoring the next young phenom head coach of an SEC power program. And if you want to talk about leadership and being able to jump into a role like that, talking about game management, nothing better than a college quarterback or a quarterback on any level, that has experience on those levels. And, it would be a change for Alabama to have a offensive-minded head coach. You get what I'm saying? So I could see a lot of possibilities, but, talking about history of hiring coaches, we don't know what Alabama would do. Nick Saban was one that, we prayed for, and that was when we got him, we knew we had him. So we'll see.
Yeah.
If Nick was to retire tomorrow, I think Lane Kiffin would be the next man up.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Me too. I said that. I think
Lane Kiffin will be the next guy.
I think if Lane wasn't at what's the name right now?
He turned out Auburn. He turned out Auburn. I believe he turned out Auburn so he can be the coach of Alabama one day. I think that's why he turned out Auburn. Just so when it comes back around, he could be the head coach at Alabama. I think he turned out Auburn for that reason.
But the thing, I say, you know, about Alabama, we haven't had a lot of success with offensive minded head coaches. So that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? We had Stallings, we had Baird, we had defensive guys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking the next coach is going to be a defensive guy.
Glenn Schumann.
Yeah. So
Schumann.
It's going to be somebody from the Saban tree, of course.
Dan Lanning.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Dan Lanning.
Hey, could it be?
It could be Dan Lanning.
I was just about to say that. Could Lanning come back to the SEC? I mean,
I think he definitely would, because I think playing at Oregon, there's a ceiling of success as to where you can get, not taking anything away from Oregon and what they're going to do, but it's just a different animal being an SEC. The talent opportunities, the championship opportunities are just so much greater than what he would achieve at Oregon. Yes, Chris, before I give my 2 cents before we move on to our next segment.
If it's defensive wise, I can see us making a serious push at DeMeco Ryans, making him the highest paid coach if he's successful with the Texans. DeMeco Ryans, I can see if by the time I think Glenn Schumann is the next head coach out of Georgia, because he's a Bama boy. Glenn Schumann is a homegrown Bama boy, and a name that's been forgotten that was a vital part of our defense for years.
Don't you do it?
Derek Ansley.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Derek Ansley, he's the
question. DeMeco Ryans, you said if he has a successful stint with the Texans, I think is more so if he struggles with the Texans and gets forced out of Houston within the next 3 to 5 years, and that would be an opportune time for him. Because everybody knows, and I think we got Saban from Miami, the Dolphins. So you get what I'm saying? Like that would be, and Saban, the Dolphins wasn't, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't pretty.
The last time we got a struggling coach out of Houston wasn't pretty. Bill O'Brien.
Hey, wait, but we did that because of Bill Belichick's recommendation. That's why.
I also noticed that the guys from the Penn State coaching tree, Bill O'Brien, and then Joe Moorhead, when they came to the SEC, it did not translate well.
Please don't say the M word again.
Just who you thought I was going to say? Because I'm kind of curious.
Well, it happens to be my choice. I feel like Nick Saban has 3 to 4 more years. He wins 1 or 2 more championships and then eases his way out. And honestly, I feel like next year when Kevin Steele retires, that will open the door for Jeremy Pruitt to come back. And we all know, as a member of the coach rehabilitation program under Nick Saban, it opens up doors and new chapters in coaches' lives and makes them new people. I think Jeremy Pruitt will eventually become the next head coach at Alabama. So, no, it's not Deion Sanders, Kenneth Lay.
Yeah, Coach Prime is not coming to roll with the tide.
I think Deion's health, man, want to lie him.
That's a big question mark right now, and it's something to seriously look at.
Yeah, and it's scary because that's like a living legend.
Blood clots and stuff. That's not good, man.
Going to sleep like that, man, that's scary.
How you going? What you mean? He what now? You talking about going to sleep like with that condition?
With those conditions, yeah, man.
Yeah, because you might not wait blood clots and stuff, and one in both legs like that. That's scary, man. That's some scary.
He's already had a foot amputated. It's difficult, but prayers to him. All right,
you just bail yourself.
I did. All right, we got 2 more topics before we get to our final big topic.
Cookies.
What we are going to be experiencing next week tells us that football season is really right around the corner, and that's SEC Media Days. So my question is to you guys. We already know who has been appointed as the message bringers for Alabama: Kool-Aid, J.C. Latham, and the other one, Dallas Turner. it's not so much about who's going to show up, guys. What are the messages they're going to be bringing to the media, but also Alabama fans? Dan, I'll start with you, then go to Chris, and Coach Smook will round it out.
Yeah, what I like about it, about those guys being selected, that means they've been chosen as leaders. And when your leaders are guys of that caliber, that sends a message. So I like that. And they all seem to be fiery guys. You know what I'm saying? Bryce was all smiles, but these guys seem to be more fiery, and the team tends to take on the personality of their leaders. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like about the Kool-Aid. He's fiery, high energy guy. So I think the message this year, we're hungry. We're here to let everybody know that Bama's not going anywhere. Bama is back. So that's the message I think they're gonna give to the fans at SEC Media Days.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chris,
I agree with Dan. I think that because you think about look at the guys who he picked. He picked 3 high round. I think it was a strategic move because normally we take veterans. Not to say those guys are veterans. We can take seniors or whoever, whatnot. But I think that he took 3 first-round guys to kind of show folks, hey, Bama's still the standard. You know what I'm saying? You still a cool place to come. It's still a destination place to come here and get developed and be a first-round pick. I think he was strategic about the guys who he chose to come. But the message I think they're going to send, all 3 of them are like no nonsense guys. Like dudes. There's some dudes, man. Like first off the bus type of guys. And I think they're gonna like Dan said, I think they're gonna bring back the message like, hey, people have already counted us out. They've forgotten us, but we about to remind the college football world who we are. And I think that's the message they're gonna send.
Yeah, and I think they fit in well to the fan base's biggest concerns, the offensive line. That's one of the biggest concerns, returning to the Bama standard as far as that respect. And you got one of the best representatives, J.C. Latham. You really could have picked anybody across the board right there. It could have been Seth McLaughlin. You could have been Tyler Booker. Any of those 3 are interchangeable. But I think that's a message to say. No.
Go to sleep right now.
It's a message to say that Eric Wolford is returning us to being the game. We are the standard. We make the rules. We give you anxiety. We're going to beat you up this week, and the next week you're probably going to lose your next game because we've dismantled you from a mental and physical aspect. The secondary, Kool-Aid, Bama's back. That ball hawking defense is back. Dallas Turner goes out saying the linebackers are about to wreck shop, especially under Kevin Steele. But I think one of the things that really is concerning to Alabama fans is the discipline. You got guys who are going to be talking about discipline from a leadership standpoint, getting us back to what we're supposed to be doing. And one of the biggest things we had struggles with in terms of discipline the past 3 to 4 years was what, guys? Penalties.
Yes.
We were among the nation's worst, if not the nation's worst, in terms of penalties. Mm-hmm. We're going to eliminate those. And I think these are the guys that are going to say, hey, listen, what you saw before, it stops now. This is a different Alabama. Doubt us if you want to. We actually want to invite you to do that. But I guarantee you're about to realize what Alabama's about. And Georgia's not the new king. They may have won 2, but so is Clemson. We still are the standard here.
Right. And that's what I was going to allude to, man. You look at the guys that were selected. You talked about Latham on the line, man. That he's a different beast. When you talk about the possibility of having him and Booker line up on the same side, that's going to be elite, man. That's going to be it's going to be unfair. You're going to have to send stunts and 3-man pressures and try to work it on one side because those guys are going to be on point. You got McLaughlin in the middle, but you talk about physicality. Latham was the most physical offensive lineman we had last year.
I think Booker was.
Well, Booker, but he didn't start
every game. It's a tie, though.
You get what I'm saying?
They're best friends, so they had the same mentality. They're best friends.
That's what I'm saying. But Latham started the season, ended the season better than where he started. Best lineman throughout the whole season. And you go and you take that mentality, and that's what you're sending as a representation. You feel good about that. Then you take Dallas Turner, who lined up across from Will Anderson, and Will Anderson had way more penalties than Dallas Turner last year. Had big penalties against Texas. If it wasn't for Dallas Turner's discipline on a lot of key plays on the defensive end, we would have been in a lot of bad positions. Dallas Turner, he's to me, his because of the lack of hype around him, because of Will Anderson being on campus, having to share the spotlight, I think he's going to be probably the most productive edge rusher guy we have this season. I feel like, and it's going to be a group effort with that group because of the type of rotation I believe we're going to have. But Dallas Turner is going to shine, and then you talk about Kool-Aid. You love a cocky cornerback that actually can back it up, that has a skill to back it up. And then you talking about being an athlete, you're a return man. You're talking about swag, but intense swag, not like swag like I don't like to be touched, but Kool-Aid's a physical guy. You know, that's why you can't ask for a better representation. And talking about labeling guys as leaders, these are proven guys. All these guys had to play early in their career. All of them played big game, big moments as freshmen. And they've went through the transition years of proving it and showing that they can develop on the field. If they're the guys that's leading and they're setting the standard and everybody's saying that they're competing, man, this is the type of energy you want coming to SEC Media Day, because we know we're not gonna get much from Coach Saban. We're not gonna get much from Coach Saban. Coach Saban gonna play the game and he gonna play it by the book. He gonna give us just enough to speak on and to keep us wondering at the same time. But these players, the way they respond and the type of answers that they get can tell you the mentality of the team, and that's what I look forward to seeing.
Let me tell you about this. I think that the message they're going to send is 3 words: championship or bust. Want me to tell you why? Because all the holes that we had last year, they went out. They didn't go not only in recruiting, but they went to the portal. Amos is a lockdown corner. You have Amos, Arnold, and Kool-Aid. You don't have that corner prop. We don't have, like, he went and got Jalen Key. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, like those
cover safety,
that we had. He addressed them immediately because he knew he's going to see it again against Tennessee. He's going to see it against LSU. He went and addressed those problems. He went and got Justin Jefferson, a fast linebacker that could spy a guy like LSU's quarterback Daniels. He's a guy that, like, we didn't have that last year. We were kind of slow in the middle, I think, like a step slow. Like, we weren't getting there. Just as a missile.
I don't think we were slow. I think we just had the wrong personnel in there.
I mean, slow to react, slow to get there. Not physically speed slow, but slow to react.
If you had Lawson as your spy instead of your crash dummy, and instead of trying to have Toa as your spy, you don't get beat on a lot of those QB scrambles. Because a lot of times Lawson was making plays from behind after being the crash dummy, trying to blow up, sitting off the blitz. And then you got a guy in Toa delayed blitzing when you're supposed to be spying, going and getting caught up in traffic for no reason. You got guys like, I don't see that happening this year. Hey, you talk about mentality, bro. You talk about mentality. It's going to be some hitters out there, man. Jefferson, Harold. Oh my God.
Yeah. I like to pick up Kevin Steele. Yeah, I like to pick up with Trey Amos, man, because the only safety on the roster we had that could cover last year was Brian Brandt.
Yep.
He was the only safety that can cover. Go ahead, Justin.
All right. We're running out of time, so I'll make sure that we get this last segment in and we get the kind of info we need out to properly address it before we move on out. Next year, guys, this is a topic that Matt Caddell has suggested. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight to actually cover it. But looking at our schedule next year, what game have you guys singled out as being a little too close to comfort or closer than it should be? And give your explanation. We'll go around the room and we'll discuss that. Justin. All right, for me, I'm glad you said that. Texas A&M. First of all, they are returning arguably one of the best wide receiver core in the nation, top 10. Moose Muhammad, Evan Stewart, Nia Smith, all coming back. And last year, Connor Weigman really showed some balls. I love what I saw from him. He was very green, but he showed a lot of poise, a lot of confidence, and he definitely has that top level capability. Now, the past couple of years in College Station and in Tuscaloosa, even, it's been a little too close to comfort. Not something that we wanted, not something that we expected, nor should it have been. And this is even when the team was in great disarray. They still gave us hell when they had all this nonsense going on, all this sabotage internally. And now you bring in also one of the greatest offensive minds in Bobby Petrino as your offensive coordinator.
Oh,
If Jimbo can actually turn the keys to the car over to him and allow him to make the calls, this offense with those gentlemen I just mentioned can be hella dangerous. They got the talent. If the drama is gone, they could be a problem, not only for Alabama, but for the SEC. So being on the road against these guys, I feel like this could be another dogfight.
too many divas, man. At A&M. I think that Jimbo is too arrogant to turn over the keys, and he won't move out his own way, and that's why I think it'll be his ego is just too big to do something like that. Like
that's why I put the big asterisk. If the drama, the egos,
without a doubt,
the diva mentality is canceled, and they play some ball, it can be an issue.
Without a doubt. But the game I had circled, man, it's always the toughest game, no matter what they have on their roster down at Auburn, man. And Hugh Freeze, that's the game for me because it's the Iron Bowl, and Hugh Freeze is going to have a game plan. And Auburn has arguably one of the best backfields in the country. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not worried about people throwing on us next year. He went and showed that up. It's more so I want to see how we bow up against the run. That's what, and you know what I'm saying? That up tempo running style. That's what I'm eager to see how we respond to that, because I feel confident with what we picked up in this past class with transfers and with Caleb Downs that we'll be fine in pass coverage. That was our severe weakness last year. I'm not worried about that no more. I'm worried about how we're gonna handle that front. But I'm not as worried anymore since Kevin Steele took over. If it was still Pete, I would be biting my nails like this right now about LSU and Tennessee coming in town.
Yeah.
But with Kevin Steele, he's gonna have those boys right, man. He's gonna bring back that pit bull mentality. So really, the game I think about, it's got to be a off the wall game. It's more so at Auburn, Iron Bowl for me. It's just tricky.
Smoot?
It's just tricky.
I'm going to go not obvious, but more so because I think our fan base is misconstrued. They think that somehow Texas is going to fall off. I don't know why.
Right.
I like what Sarkisian in Texas is doing. Yeah, they had drama with some of our transfers, but that's two guys out of a roster. They dealt with a lot of injuries last year. One being their quarterback, who got injured against us. Well, I believe if he's in the game, that's a different game for us. You know, I mean, does the game flow differently with you? I don't know. You know, and we only won by one last year. Them coming into our building, I don't think they're scared of us. We're gonna have to prove something that game. That's our proven game, and I don't think our boys will be sleep. Or I don't think we're sleeping on that game. I just think it's going to surprise us as how this game might be. You know, this might be another close one. But my thing is, how do we handle the adversity, knowing that we have everything at our advantage? We're playing them at home. We have, we've covered we've supposedly covered all the missing holes in recruiting. You know, especially in the secondary where we were getting hurt bad last year. In the inside linebacker spot. We've covered the staff issues on both sides of the ball with our coordinators, Kevin Steele and Tommy Reese. Like, these are all questions and answers that we're going to get that week, what was that, week 2? Or is that week 2? Week 2 against Texas. Middle Tennessee State is not going to give us a good look at anything. I'm telling y'all right now. As good of a program that they're developing to be, I think that first week, because of the type of rust that guys are going to come in with, athletic ability is and attrition is going to be noticed real quick, and so Middle Tennessee is going to be a good stretch for us. But other than that, Texas is going to show us who our team is. And y'all got to understand, that's going to really decide who's going to have like the leeway as far as being our starting quarterback for the rest of the season. So that's the one that I'm saying don't sleep on it just because we're at home. And, that's supposed to give us the advantage. And we got the defensive, the recruiting and all that. Texas is going to still, I feel like it's going to give us a good game if we don't come out and play to the Bama standard.
Two things, Smoot. A night game in Tuscaloosa. In front of this is gonna be the most rowdiest because the fans know how important that game is. It's gonna be the rowdiest crowd. It's gonna be the most hostile environment anybody from Texas ever played in. I go ahead and tell you that now.
And
that crowd is gonna be.
And I agree, but
Sarkisian feed off of that. But see, the thing about stuff like that, Smoot, I completely agree because Sark is a genius.
Yes,
but what our problem being with teams like that and games like that, with the up-tempo stuff has been our secondary.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like now our secondary is shored up. I don't think Texas can run the ball on us. Bijan's gone. I mean, they still have some good guys, but they don't have a Bijan. But I think by them just trying to go back and throw it 50 times a game with Dallas Turner and Braswell coming off the edge, that type of stuff against that secondary, he's got that much room. I think it's going to be a completely different game. I think that Texas game is going to be the statement game that Bama made to let folks know the same way that we did against Clemson.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a statement game to let folks know Bama's back to the standard. I'm calling it now.
Dan?
Statement game. I'm calling it now.
Well, you know what I'm saying? You usually, let everybody else go first. When you stole mine, the only game I'm remotely concerned about is Texas A&M. The game is in Kyle Field. You know what I'm saying? We don't always perform well there, even though we've been successful there. But yeah, that's the game, the only game on the schedule really that I'm kind of concerned about. But that's why I don't know, man. That's not to get in the quarterback topic. That's why I think we're gonna have an experienced quarterback going there.
Is it because of the male cheerleaders that we feel this is just environment?
That is pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
They have guys on sideline throwing other
Yeah,
guys up.
like the they had those male cheerleaders like they had in Longest Yard.
I guess that's what it is. I don't know.
That might be what it is, man. That whole environment is not a female on the sideline in sight.
Yeah.
But the water girl. So it's just a weird environment and all that rocking side to side, that crazy junk they do, man. It's
witchcraft, I tell you.
I'm just like Auburn was under Malzahn. It was witchcraft.
I think one year they were playing the Michael Jackson song. Go on, girl.
It's raining, man. Hallelujah. It's raining, man.
Well, the Auburn's field is actually over an Indian burial ground. So there you go.
I wouldn't. I'm telling you, man. Like, yeah, I'm not.
Well, guys, we have actually reached the end of our show. Time for everybody to go around the room and prop what they got, their socials, all their platforms, and how they can find you guys. We'll start with Dan and go to Chris, and then Coach Smook, and I'll finish it up.
All right, guys, y'all can catch me weekly here at the Final Whistle. This is the most social activity I get. But also, you follow me on Twitter, Final Whistle Dan. You can catch me on Instagram. I think I got back on that. But
you need a profile
one thing
picture.
I want to say, I want to make if we can get this episode here to 100 likes, I am going to. I'm telling y'all that y'all can hold me to it. I am going to shake my Laffy Taffy live next show. I'm going to shake my Laffy Taffy. If we can get it now, y'all hold me to it. If we get this show, how many likes did I say? 150. If we get this show to 150 likes,
we was trying to get likes, man.
And just to update on that,
I'm going to shake my Laffy Taffy on live stream next week.
So if you want to see Dan's hair back, Hit that like and subscribe button.
Y'all mark my word. Hold me to it now. What I'm trying to do.
Dan's page, only Dan's.
Nobody wants to see your Tom Joyner looking ass shaking your Laffy Taffy. Matter of fact, we just set a record dislike 112.
Oh man.
Well, look here. Y'all just hold me to it so I know what to do. I'll go to the Brazilian Wax Museum.
Oh man. Look, blow the whistle on that. Time out. That's a tech.
Chris James, your turn.
All right, folks. Well, you can find me on Facebook at Chris K. James Sr. Right now, man. Go to my page, y'all. I've been on that Monopoly Go High. I've been playing that Monopoly. So I need them 100 dice, y'all. So go to my page and click on that link and sign up for that Monopoly app. It is fun. It is addicting. I love
Nobody
it.
is joining your addiction, sir. You need a 12-step program.
I need a 20-step program.
I downloaded it.
That Monopoly is addicting, man. It's fun. Go download. Go to my page, Chris K. James Sr.
I don't have that kind of free time.
Yeah, I know, man. Danny be up there at work trying to do it. All right. My Instagram is CKJ Senior 32. My Twitter is @Coach Chris James. My OnlyFans.
Man, it's crazy.
My OnlyFans is the Monopoly Man. With the Monopoly Man 32. And that's all I got. I got a TikTok and all that stuff, but I need TikTok so I can do videos. My TikTok. Justin, what's my TikTok name, man? You should know.
I have to go and look, but just to let everybody know, I'm now on OnlyFans Backside Pursuit 69.
Oh, snap.
Oh yeah, my TikTok is Chris K. James Sr. on TikTok. Go follow me on TikTok.
Follow the Bama Standard on TikTok too.
Don't do that, man. Don't do that.
I got a video dancing in karaoke.
Don't do that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Chris K. James Sr. on TikTok. Chris K. James Sr. on TikTok.
Ain't nobody wants to see
video
you looking
dancing
George
in karaoke.
Jefferson. Coach Smoot, save us.
Hey, Sharice Armstead, I'm coming for your neck. You've been in the chat all show.
Get her.
Talking all this crazy noise about Georgia and what they done did. Have you not been alive for the past 15, 20 years? Everything that you talking about Georgia doing, Alabama has literally done it. Do you not see this wall? This is years and years of Saban glory. You can't even go and find another national. I bet all your national championship gear still smell like you just bought it from the store. That's how new you is to this. So get out of the chat talking that crazy stuff about this Bulldog mess. This is a Roll Tide chat. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all want to find Coach Smoot, let me gather myself. Coach Smoot on everything. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. And on OnlyFans, I'm just playing. I don't have an OnlyFans. I retired from OnlyFans. I retired from OnlyFans. They said I was making too much money. Thanks to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for coming over and supporting your boy. We cashed out big money, rent paid all year, baby. You know what I'm saying? But let's go, baby. Hey, make sure y'all continue to support the content, man. And we're looking to bring the NCAA college football content strictly to YouTube, TikTok, and the new platform, kick.com. I haven't been pushing Kick that much because they're still in beta. But once it goes full, you guys definitely come over there. The college football content is crazy. Your boy, Coach Smoot. Coach Saban retired, y'all. I was 4 seasons in. Coach Saban retired. And I applied for the Alabama coaching job because the offensive coordinator left. And they hired your boy, Coach Smoot. We just lost to Oklahoma, though, in my first season. So
you're fired.
Look, yeah. But they had the #1 recruiting class for the past 3 years in my dynasty. So we definitely, and I still got Bryce. For some reason, Bryce came back for a senior year. It was crazy. So, but just come check it out, man. Continue to show love to the Bama Standard, Final Whistle. We're going to continue to keep bringing content, and y'all make sure y'all are here when we kick off this season, y'all. We have so much that's about to go crazy. I'm telling y'all, it's about to go crazy on this channel during the season. Y'all are doing so much support and supporting us so good. We might have to see y'all more than once a week. So keep doing what you're doing. Likes, shares, all that stuff, and we appreciate it.
Which one of you James brothers had this OnlyFans name here? Big Buck Jenkins James. Is that your burner account, Chris?
That's me, Big Buck Jenkins James. But I got on.
Boomers to Sooners, man. Chill out, man.
Oh, you know my boy. What's his name?
Elroy.
Elroy.
Yeah, he called Futuristic 32. Elroy Jetson, baby.
Hey, fans in the chat, listen. We have the Final Whistle Top Fan segment. I've been asking y'all for weeks to nominate yourself to come on this show and ask the panel questions. I have not received one email, the BamaStandard@gmail.com. The first person who sends an email tonight will be on next week's show for the Final Whistle Top Fan and be allowed to ask questions. Hey, if you respond right away,
Brian Green, where y'all at, man?
I might find a former legend to come on here too. I need to see it from you guys. You're great in the chat. Let's bring you on, the BamaStandard@gmail.com. Just a few program notes. We're on all social media at the Bama Standard. We're also on TikTok now at _Bama Standard. We are starting to heat things up. This channel now has over 5,000 subscribers. Thanks to all of you. We greatly appreciate that. If you missed the flagship show, the Bama Standard, we had a great guest tonight, and that was legend Andre Smith. Go back and check that out if you missed it. Hey, hit that like and subscribe button. And if you're watching the replay, let us know what you think. We got a lot of things we talked about last night or tonight. Wow. Then need some commenting on. But that's going to do it for all of us at the Final Whistle. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, guys.
Roll Tide.